All right, today is March 16th, 2022. I am Jane Barwick. This is the case of Terrence Cunningham versus Bim or BIM and Associates, Inc. This is civil action file number 2022cv359643. I am in chambers, which I may have said. There is a jury trial taking place in courtroom 8A, and we notified everyone who was in the Odyssey e-file system that this matter would be conducted via Zoom. I'm also simultaneously having a sounding call made for anyone involved in this case in courtroom 8A, and I should shortly know whether there is anyone who actually came to the courtroom. But obviously no one has appeared on Zoom, and it is now 2:05 p.m. Notice of final hearing went out in this case, dated February 10th, 2022. It states as follows, in part: failure to appear at the final hearing could result in the final disposition of the matter if the case is ripe for judgment, or the imposition of sanctions or penalties provided by statute, rule, or authority of the court, including a finding of contempt, taxation of costs or attorney's fees, dismissal of the case, and/or imposition of monetary or other sanctions. Any party represented by an attorney will be considered as a failure to appear if the attorney does not appear at the final hearing. Let's see who is exactly on Zoom, on the e-file. Yes.
There's a Cohen that called.
Okay, just 1 second.
So you didn't get.
Okay, well, I'm going to call him on Zoom.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
All right, bye.
Yes, I'm trying to reach Mr. Cohen or Ms. Cohen. Yeah, which we sent you sometime back, but I'm actually on the recording now. Okay, are you ready? It is meeting ID 910-6443-5154. And the passcode is 639014. And I'm getting ready to conclude it. So, no, let me start over. That's not right. It's 910-6443-5154. Correct. The passcode is 639014. Well, you log in whenever you want. I'm getting ready to conclude the hearing. It's 2:11. All right, bye-bye. All right, I don't know who that was, but that was someone asking. We sent on March the 9th, we sent well, no, that was a follow-up. All right, who are you, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Attorney Namat here.
All right, and are you on the Odyssey file? Have you filed your service contact?
Ma'am, we were representing the plaintiff in the magistrate court action. So my entry should be already on the file.
All right. And who is that with you?
This is Mr. Oso. He's the plaintiff on this matter, Your Honor.
All right, there's Mr. Who?
This is Mr. Oso, who is this with Bim and Associates, who were the original plaintiff, Your Honor. In the
Okay. All right. Well, no one has filed an appearance in this case. So tell me, you're not the one who filed the appeal.
We are not, Your Honor. The defendant, the tenant, filed an appeal, Mr. Cunningham.
Okay. All right. Have you heard from Mr. Cunningham?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Oso is the representative of Bim and Associates.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I previously had made a statement in the case that a notice of final hearing had gone out, been filed, in fact, with the court on February 10th, 2022. Subsequently, on March on March 9th, we sent out a Zoom link for today's hearing, and that went to Emmanuel Oso, Ben at benbagwellesquire.com, and M. Cohen at insidelaw.com. And I don't know, hopefully Mr. Oso got it. I don't know, Mr. Namat, if you're a part of any of those names, but that was everybody that we could find. We sent an email to, again, no one is registered in Odyssey with their service information. So apparently you did know somehow about it, but Mr. Cunningham is not here. Do you have a motion, Mr. Namat?
Yes, ma'am. And just to, as a matter of process, Mr. Oso forwarded me what he had, which was the notice of hearing.
Okay.
But at any rate, I do appreciate your patience this afternoon. What Mr. Cunningham had done with regards to the appeal, Your Honor,
Yes.
was, and we filed a motion to dismiss also with the magistrate court that highlights the reasons for the law that the appeal is not reasonable within the means of the appellate process for a default judgment in the eviction process. But at any rate, what has happened, Your Honor, is Mr. Cunningham has literally filed a dozen appeals to different courts, has filed various notices of removals, has filed various bankruptcies. And this process has really continued to a point that the magistrate court at this point is a little bit, I believe, handicapped in dealing with this matter. So what we would love for, for it to happen, and unfortunately, this is very routine for Mr. Cunningham to file these things and really not show up to it. We would like for this court to really instruct the lower court as to execution of writ of possession and to deny the appeal that has been filed for the reasons stated in our motion to dismiss with the magistrate court, Your Honor.
Okay. If you'll submit an order, Mr. Namat, I will do the following. I'm dismissing the appeal. So the appeal stands dismissed for, among other reasons, failure to appear. With regard to the reinstatement of the writ of possession, I believe the writ of possession stands if the appeal is dismissed. If you believe otherwise or wish to cite some, I mean, all I can do is hear the appeal. Now I can remand it in the event I find that something needs to be done that wasn't done, but if I have the authority to reinstate or somehow renew or breathe life into or provide for the execution, I have read the entire record. And certainly the relief sought is within, sounds reasonable. And if you believe that there's authority for this court to do that, send it along. But certainly the appeal is dismissed.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will. I will. Would you like me to e-file it with the proposed order?
No, send it to the court staff. I don't know if you have the staff attorney. Wait a minute. This is what this was made for. Okay, I'm sending you. Okay, now read that. Read that chat.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will.
Okay.
I
And
appreciate your patience again, Your Honor.
let me also state for the record, a couple things for you to be aware of. I recorded this just really for my own benefit. I put it on the court's YouTube live stream channel. That's because I'm in chambers today, because there's a criminal jury trial going on in 8A. We have also sounded in that court room to see if anyone has appeared in that courtroom, to be absolutely certain. There is no one. No one has responded. So we are well within our purview to go ahead and dismiss this. And if you can show me anything else, certainly your client is entitled to relief. So I'm literally broadcasting that live.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Listen, I got a little confused there because we didn't quite know who was calling, because I was told it was an attorney Cohen, and I wasn't quite sure who you were.
Yes, my name is Sasan. Last name is Nemat, and I'll
Nice
be
to
sure
meet
that
you.
it's a pleasure meeting you, Your Honor. It was my